Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So October is right around the corner, which not only means more checks for all Social Security beneficiaries being delivered, but also the cost of living adjustment increase is also going to be announced in the middle of October as well. In today's video, we are going to be covering everything that you need to know. But before we go ahead and dive into for today, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock or $200 in free cash, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. And if you really just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive the free stock is just sell it for what it's worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into for today. So before we get into the checks being delivered next month in October for all Social Security beneficiaries and when you can expect to receive your check to be delivered, first off, we're going to be diving into this article here by Newsweek where they talk about the 10 states that are most affordable. So only 10 states out of the 50 total states, believe it or not, are actually livable if you're, completely reliant on Social Security benefits after it comes to expenses and everything like that, just judging on what the average check is in these states. So we're going to be covering what the 10 most affordable states are. One of them is a little bit surprising, at least in my opinion, but you'll have to leave your thoughts and comments below about these 10 states. If you live in one of them, leave your thoughts and comments below. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this article here once again by Newsweek. They say that map shows states where retirees can live on Social Security alone. You will have to drop a comment below. Let me know the state that you live in and whether or not you believe that it is affordable and what you think about this list that we're going to be covering today. So once again, according to Newsweek, Social Security forms the bedrock of retirement income for tens of millions of Americans, but rising housing expenses are making it harder for retirees to live comfortably on Social Security, with new data showing that benefits alone are only enough to cover costs in these 10 states. A new analysis by Realtor.com has found that Social Security benefits alone are now enough to cover the cost of living in only 10 states. Everywhere else, retirees face annual shortfalls that can add up to thousands of dollars depending on where you live. Now, the study compared median Social Security benefits by state with the Elder Economic Security Standard Index, which tracks the basic living cost of older adults. It found that the cost of home ownership has risen 26% in just the past 5 years, driven not by mortgage payments, but by property taxes, insurance, utilities, and maintenance. Those, quote, hidden costs mean the average retiree still falls about $2,762 short each year, roughly $230 a month, even with no mortgage. These figures land at a time when Social Security remains very important in helping seniors afford life after work. A report from the Senior Citizens League shows nearly 3/4 of older Americans rely on Social Security for more than half of their income. For 39% of seniors, benefits are their only source of income, and TSCL estimates that nearly 22 million people nationwide live solely on Social Security. So 22 million people living and relying completely on Social Security. That is a lot of folks who are completely reliant on Social Security. And once again, according to Realtor.com, only 10 out of the 50 total states are now livable, just going by, what the average Social Security benefit is in those states. That's not a lot there. And as they mentioned there, life is just quite frankly getting a lot more expensive. Even if you do have your mortgage completely paid off in full, you're still going to have other expenses. You're going to have maintenance costs, pop up, on maybe a daily basis, maybe a monthly basis, maybe an annual basis, depending on your home age, things like that. If you have to hire someone for your plumbing or electrical issues, if you're not exactly the most handy and you have to, outsource those jobs, a lot of those are very pricey. Also, utilities, electricity costs, water costs also can add up quite a bit. Then on top of that, you're also going to have your property taxes on an annual basis as well. Those certainly aren't cheap. So even if when you do have your home paid off, you're still paying your state thousands of dollars every single month in property tax is just completely ridiculous. So it all adds up. Life is getting a lot more expensive. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the 10 states that are the most affordable. So once again, according to Newsweek, they say that some states do offer retirees a bit of financial breathing room. Delaware tops the list, where mortgage-free retirees have an annual surplus of $1,764. Median monthly benefits there are about $2,139, while monthly costs come to $1,992. Now, Delaware is definitely a state that I would not have considered to be on this list of the 10 states that are actually affordable. I would have figured that, they probably would not have made the list. I might have thought of states, maybe like Alabama, Louisiana, states more like in the southeast that are a little bit more affordable. But Delaware is definitely not one of the states that I would have predicted there. Now they go on here to say that Indiana follows with a $1,392 surplus, supported by a median benefit of $2,016 and relatively modest housing expenses of $504 a month. Arizona is $1,224 plus, and Utah plus $888 shows similar results, each with median benefits close to $2,000 and housing costs around $530. South Carolina rounds out the top 5 with retirees ahead by $828 each year. And then as far as the remaining states go, where Social Security alone is enough, are West Virginia at plus $660, Alabama at plus $576, Nevada at plus $432, Tennessee at plus $156, and then finally Michigan at $132. Once again, drop a comment below letting me know which state you live in and whether or not you believe that it's affordable on Social Security benefits alone. Now, as far as the payments going out next month in October, of course, October is right around the corner, which means that not only will all recipients of Social Security be receiving checks, actually some beneficiaries will actually be receiving 2 checks next month. Plus, the cost of living adjustment increase will be announced coming up on October 15th. So we're going to be diving into this article here by Investopedia. So as far as the dates in which you can expect to receive your check to arrive in your bank account, first off, on October 1st, if you receive SSI, SSI payments will be delivered on October 1st. We also have payments being delivered on October 3rd. For retirement benefits will be paid to those who have been collecting since before May of 1997. Or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, you'll be receiving your SSI check on the 1st and then your Social Security check on the 3rd. Then on October 8th, retirement, spousal, and survivor benefits will be paid to those born between the 1st and 10th of any given month. The following Wednesday on October 15th, beneficiaries benefits will be paid to those with birthdays between the 11th and 20th of any given month. And then finally on October 22nd, if you were born between the 21st and 31st of any given month, you will be receiving your check on October 22nd. And then finally on October 31st, if you receive SSI, you're going to be receiving your first check of the month on October 1st. Then you're going to be receiving another check yet again on October 31st. Now, this is not any type of bonus payment. This is simply because November 1st happens to fall on a Saturday. So you're going to be receiving your November check a little bit earlier. So you're not going to be receiving any checks in November, but instead you're going to be receiving 2 checks in October. Your October 31st payment, again, is just going to be your November check coming a little bit early. Then also next month on October 15th, the cost of living adjustment increase is set to be announced by the Social Security Administration. This is going to be a big date to look out for, and according to Google AI, it looks like as far as projections go, they are looking at anywhere between 2.7 and 2.8%, and a 2.7% increase would boost the average retired worker's benefit by about $54 a month. And one thing you will have to factor in is the increasing Medicare Part B premium that is estimated to increase by right around $21.50 per month next year in 2026, which of course will offset part of your cost of living adjustment increase, unfortunately. But with that said, that's all I have for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed and found value out of it, and I will see you in the next one.